Welcome to another episode of The Exploring Photographer. This is the last episode of the Cairngorm series, and it's time to go home. It's time to leave and go home, and on the way we'll have a quick few stops. My first stop was a location that I've been past many times on a motorbike. Every time I ride past here, I look into the distance and the valleys and the mountains in the far distance, and I go like, oh, what a beautiful place. I would love to live here. So this time around I decided I'm going to stop there and take a panoramic photo. As I stopped, I saw a grouse and I tried to get a picture of it. As much as I tried, I could not get anywhere close enough. Every time I would move closer, he would disappear and come out the other side of this bush next to the car. Eventually I gave up and went to go take photos across the road. And as you'll see on this clip here, two more arrived while I was walking away. I didn't even realize this till I looked at the footage. How long have I been riding motorcycles in Scotland now? Oof. I would say 10 years maybe. I've come down this road at least once a year, and every time I see this view, I'll show you the view in a second, but every time I come down this road I see this view. Every time I tell myself I should stop, I should get this view, and you'll see now why. Look at that view. Imagine living there. Huh? Just imagine having a house right there. And that's your view. Isn't that amazing? Just listen. Quiet. And birds. And nature. I guess a lot of us wish we had this in our backyard. Well, that's it. After 10 years, I'm getting the shot. The soft grad on there, maybe a 2-stop soft grad. Try and get the clouds in. Right, let's try and get this tripod centered. So I just want to get the foreground before I do the sky. This road's going to get very busy today. Okay, here goes. the sky's blown out. I want to get the foreground first. And once I've got the foreground, I can work on the sky. Like I said, don't want the house in. Okay, I think that's far enough. Okay, let's get the sky sorted out. The sky's really blown out, huh? Well, I can get much better than that with this light, so let's see what we have. Hopefully, that's our panoramic sorted. Well, I might have gotten a shot, but I think it'll be much better if there's some snow in the mountains in the distance, and I use a much darker graduated filter, because the clouds are blown out a bit. I do love this location, so I don't have a problem going back to this place again. I'll probably be there in a few months anyway. But, end of the day, this is the photo I got. Could be better. Of course it could be better. But you learn out of your mistakes. Isn't that part of photography? I just passed Lecht Ski School and decided to have a quick stop and take a photo to show my son the snow I was having because he was very jealous. It was freezing though. You can hear this wind howling. After getting back in a warm car, I drove down the hill and stopped within a few miles again and took a photo back up the hill. And you can see the contrast of where I've just been and where I am, probably in this photo. This location is well known in the motorcycle community because this location is printed quite a lot when shown Scotland's great roads, and you can probably see here why. On my way to the Linn of Dee, I made sure to try and stop whenever possible. Like this example here, when I found this nice view of the hills in the distance, I had to stop and try and get a photo of it. After 2 hours I arrived at Linn of Dee, and this was the main location I wanted to visit before I returned home. When you arrive at the bridge, there's a nice car park. It was free the last time I was there, and there's a quick 2-minute walk back down to the bridge. This location's amazing. The water has cut a path through this rock over time, and it's just stunning. I started on a downriver side of the bridge and first did a quick recce around the rocks. It was pretty slippery, so I had to be very careful. After the recce I set up the cameras and took a walk down with the backpack on. I have to admit that the backpack's not the greatest idea because it's quite a few kilograms and can throw you off your balance, which did happen to me at one point. And being quite high up, if I lose my balance I would have ended up in the water. So in all honesty, it's probably best not to have too much weight in the backpack. But I survived. I got set up at the bottom of the rocks and took one shot upwards towards the bridge, trying to capture some of the movement of the water. As I was shooting towards the bridge, I was playing between a third of a second and half a second for this fast flowing water. I turned around and was shooting downwards away from the bridge, trying to get a streak of the white bubbles on top of the water, and I was ending up between 2.5 seconds and 5 seconds. I think this first photo was 5 seconds. I tried a few different compositions at this spot and eventually ended up in this location, which gave me the best composition, I think. While I was setting up, I realized that I need a polarizer to get the glare of the rocks. I did a few shots photo stacking the foreground, middle ground in a distance to compile this image, and Bob's your uncle. Just before I left, I had to quickly pop on top of the bridge and see if I can get one last shot. Well folks, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll do the normal spiel. Please hit like, subscribe and the bell if you feel like it. Only if you feel like it. I hope you do though. And remember, get up early, get out there, and you have to be in it to win it. And I'll see you in the next video.
Look at that. So, comes down there, swirls in there, it swirls in here. Look at it, it's been digging out. You can see that rock is being eaten. There's a hole there, and it comes through here and then goes out.